Welcome to my channel of Miel hebraica, Hebrew honey, and today I'd like to do a study on Genesis 12 verses 1, 2, and 3. And I've entitled this particular study, Blessings in Place of Contempt and Ruin. God gives his blessings to his people, and his people then share those blessings with others, but others sometimes don't receive it well. So when you have contempt, then ruin also follows that, and this is an interesting comparison that we have in this particular passage here. The main word that we hear is barech, blessings, and we'll be looking at that. Genesis 12:1, and Jehovah said to Abraham, "Go out from your land, your relatives, and your father's house to the land that I will show you. Vayomer Yahweh el Avram." And then Jehovah said, Vayomer, that's a very, very common verb here. And he said, when we start the Bible, Vayomer Elohim, okay? And then God said, this is the very same word. Vayomer Yahweh el Avram, to Abraham. This is exalted father. Av is father. Ram is exalted father, okay? And this is a preposition to Abraham. Later on in the couple, 2 or 3 chapters later, this word is changed. This title is changed, or his word, his name is changed from Avram to Avraham, father of many peoples, or an exalted people. Lech lecha, go, and the Mashra has this one pointed as, this one's an imperative then, lech, okay? And I find this an interesting verb here because when we're learning vocabulary, we often learn it with the 3 roots. And this one, the 3 root vocabulary here would be He, Lamed, Kaf. But the reality is the original root was just Lamed, Kaf. We see it here in this imperative, okay? Lech, go. And the Mashra takes the second one here, lecha, as a preposition with a pronoun attached to it. When you have a kaf kametz, that's a pronoun, same as this one, and that one. Maybe that's why they just wanted to keep all the pronouns here in a row. But actually, just using this as a pronoun, it's better to just say lech lech. In other words, go, go. Imperative. When you have something that's very important, you repeat it in Hebrew. And here, lech lech. Okay, get going. Me'aretzcha, from your land. This is the root here, aretz. We also see it here, aretz. And this is your land, and this is the land. So it's the same root, me'aretz. And this mem is a preposition that means from. Okay, from your land, from your relatives, from your house. And so in English, they just put it in once. In Hebrew, they repeat it all the way through. So, me'aretzcha, from your land, mi moladecha, from your relatives, your peoples. This particular word is based on Yod Lamed Dalet, Yeled, and this particular root is used a whole lot in many ways. Yalad is to give birth. The midwife, and so a lot of words are based on this particular root, and we find one of them here, and it's in the plural, your relatives of you, the peoples who are part of your household, those who are your peoples, okay? Moledecha. Incidentally, the surik in front of a mem, this is a surik, okay? And the reason is because the mem is a m, it's a labial. So if you have a bet or a mem, often the conjunction that goes in front of it will be a surik, okay? Mi, od, ladecha, and your relatives, mi, beit, avicha, and the house of your father. This av right here is the same as that one here. Avram, father that's exalted, your father, and the house. Now, house, beit just means house. But of course, when you see it in this kind of sequence, it's not really the physical construction. It's the household. It's the dynasty or the household. And often when you see in the Bible, you see the phrase David, house of David. It isn't talking about his physical house. It's talking about his dynasty. So from the dynasty of your father, from what it has belonged to your father. El, towards, haaretz, the land. Okay, here's an article in front of this particular word right here. We find a preposition in front here, and we find an article right here, haaretz, and so it's a definite the land. It's, in other words, it's a land that the Lord knows of, the land. Asher arecha, which I will show to you. Okay, I will show to you. To you, here, to you, to you, to you, to you, to you. You just see that repeated numerous times, and I will show to you. This is a first person verb right here. The aleph is of I, okay? Arecha, and I will show to you. The root of this verb is resh aleph hey. The hey has disappeared. In this place we find the kaf right here, which I will show to you. Erecha, I will show to you. Genesis 12, verse 2, I will make you into a great nation. And now, this I, you see this word I, okay? And in the verb sequence that we have here, asheha, eberecha, and egadala. So I will make esheha, and I will make. This root here is aleph sin hey. Seems like up to now the verbs have all been what they call third hey verbs. In other words, the hey is there when you're looking them up in the dictionary, but in the real world, they don't show up that much. So very true right here. Esheha, and I will make for you, to you, le goy, the people. Okay. It's an interesting choice of words here, because in later history of Jewish people, goy were the outside nations, the ones that God really didn't want to bless, but the goy. But here, this is the goy. This is the nation that is Abraham's nation. Okay, so it's an interesting use of this word, the goy, gadol, a great nation, a large nation. A great nation. Ve'eberecha, and I will bless. Aberecha, I will bless you, and I will bless you. Va'agedala, and I will make you great. I will make great. Shimcha, your name. Okay, Agadala, Shimcha, your name. So you have a second person pronoun here, second person pronoun here, second person pronoun here. That's you. Okay, so, and I will bless you, and I will make great your name. Shimha. Shimha is basically, when you say name, Shem, it's your good name, your reputation, what you stand for, and so forth. So I'll give you a good name, Shimha. Ve-heye berecha. And this is it's a shortened verb of well, it's actually the full root here, haya, but it's the imperative form of it. Okay, so heye berecha. Okay, and you must be a blessing. Okay, you must be a blessing, and this can be translated: you will be a blessing. You must be a blessing. It's a sense of God doing something in us, and so when God does this, then we must become a blessing. Bercha. Genesis 12, verse 3, and I will bless those who bless you, and curse him who curses you, and in you shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Now this is what I would call a traditional translation, which maintains a lot of the parallelism we see in the passage. And it's for translators, it's sort of the easy way to go, okay? Now, because this is very obviously the very same word, ebracha, mebaracha, and I will bless those who bless you. It's plural right here with a yod, mebaracha, u mekaletcha aror. Okay, now it's interesting that this goes down to a singular here, but the one who curses you, mebaracha, aror, I will curse, I will take down. And now, if you're looking at this, you'll see that these two words are the same. Ibracha, mebaracha. They're based on bet resh kaf, but these are very different words. And this would be like a balance of the blessings and the blessings. And this is based on the first one here is mekal lecha, okay? It's based on the kal. Kal is light. It's something, in fact, in the Hebrew verb structures, when you say a verb is kal, oh, that's the light, easy version of that verb. That's the one that's light. So kalecha, which means those who take you lightly, those who have contempt for you, those who harass you, those who persecute you. We can extend this out somewhat in that regard. Mekalacha, those who treat you lightly, those who don't really don't respect you at all. Okay, mekalacha, aror. Now the word curse, I will curse him. That's most certainly what it means here, curse. However, in our thought patterns in the Western world, you go, oh, something's been cursed. In other words, somebody has pronounced a curse. Okay, so this person's under this pronouncement, but it's a little more thoroughgoing than that in terms of aror. It's something that God doesn't only pronounce, but also generates or brings on inside distress, inside the life is destroyed. The life is stirred up or destroyed. Okay, and so it's a little more thoroughgoing to just say cursed. When you say the land is cursed, okay, the land really can't do much. It's going to be very, very hard to produce anything. When the nahas, when the serpent is cursed, yeah, his life becomes super miserable, and so forth. It's cursing has very, very real consequences. Okay, so aror, and I will curse him who curses you, and in you shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Okay, we'll get back to the blessing. Now that's the whole point of this whole thing is, yeah, those blessings that God gives to those who bless us, the nations of the earth, okay, the families of the earth, okay, mishpachot ha'adama, the families of the earth, all the families of the earth, kol mishpachot ha'adama, nibrechu, will be blessed. They will be blessed. Okay, it's a reflexive with the nun on the front here. They will be blessed. This is a nifl, then makes it reflexive here, or passive. They will be blessed. Beha, in you, kol hamishpachot ha'adama. And in you, beha, shall all the families, kol mishpachot ha'adama, be blessed. Neberechu. Okay. Now I've done and newer translations are picking up on this great difference here. You have the ibracha, mebaracha, which is very much the same verb that I will bless those who bless you. But there's a great difference between this verb and this verb. Those who treat you with contempt, okay? U me kal lecha, and those who treat you lightly, those who treat you with contempt, I will ruin, aror, I will horrify, I will rough up. Okay, there's numerous words in English that have an R sound to them, and they reflect the R sound we have here of the Hebrew verb aror. Incidentally, this is a little bit of a unique form of this verb. Normally it is aleph resh resh, okay? And so when you see it, tend to tack another resh onto it, okay? Horror, okay, horror. And so I will treat you, those who treat you with contempt, I will ruin those people, aror. So this, and incidentally, this first aleph is I will ruin them, I will bless them. And you see this is a pronoun then starting this particular verb. I will ruin them, I will destroy them. Mekalacha aror. And I think the tendency when we read this particular story is this is something that God is saying to Abraham, but it's something that basically forms the environment of anybody who's serving the Lord. Those who are in service to the Lord, those who follow our Lord and Savior, when they are with people who receive blessings, those people receive blessings from God. When you're with people who treat you with contempt, those who aren't kind to you or just don't take you into account, the Lord then can be very hard on those people. And this isn't something that's just simply a personal thing between people. It's when people are representing the Lord and people take that in contempt, or they treat it with contempt, they are in a sense treating the Lord with contempt. In other words, this kind of contempt isn't just a personal thing with one person to the other. It's the kind of contempt that comes to people who are representing the Lord. And when that happens, then the Lord does return the ruin, does return the destruction on those who treat lightly the message of God. But we're getting back to the blessings. All the families on the earth will be blessed through you. Okay? And all of the families, all of the nations, all of the peoples, this can also be translated, all of the clans of the earth will be blessed. Nebarachu becha in you, kol mishvahot ha'adama. Okay. I find it very interesting to read the Beatitudes with this sense, this mindset of what the Lord is doing in the world. And so this is, of course, a sort of a keynote address of Jesus preaching. And blessed are the poor in spirit, for the kingdom of heaven belongs to you. Now, if we would just take the word ebracha, I will bless. So blessed are the poor in spirit, for I will bless them with the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for I will bless them with comfort. Blessed are the meek, for I will bless them with inheriting the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for I will bless them with be satisfied. Blessed are the merciful, for I will bless them with mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for I will bless them with seeing God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for I will bless them with being called the children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness, for I will bless those with the kingdom of God belongs to them. Blessed are you when people insult you and persecute you and say all kinds of evil things about you falsely on account of me. And then you will, when you see this kind of thing, you've understood the word mekelecha. In other words, those who treat you lightly, I will curse them. Okay. In other words, we've been using a baracha on each one, but those who treat you lightly, they will receive cursing. And then we can rejoice and be glad, because your reward is great in heaven, for they persecuted the prophets before you in the same way. And it's a principle of ministry, it's a principle of Christian life, that when we are blessings to others, and those people are blessings to us, God then shares his blessings with us and with them. And if we are sharing the gospel with others and are involved in serving the Lord, and others take that and they treat it with contempt, it happens, and I've seen it so often, that those who treat the Lord's message with contempt, their lives suffer the effects of sin and suffer the effects of God's curse upon them, or God's treatment of them, and their lives, of course, suffer for it. So on one hand, it's a great blessing for us. It's a great promise to us. On the other hand, it's also a warning. In other words, if you're going to treat somebody with contempt or somebody with dishonor or so, don't be surprised if the Lord returns that upon us in a big way. So it's on the one hand, it is an expression of good things for us, but it's also a warning that we really have to be very careful with our dealing with others, with those who work with us, and know that we have to always be a blessing. And with that kind of blessing, God gives His blessing. And when we treat people with contempt, we are not doing the Lord's will or the Lord's work, and we will suffer the consequences. So bless those who bless you, and the Lord will bless those who do bless you, and the Lord will also punish those who do not follow His ways. So may God bless you in this day. May God strengthen you today. And until the next time.